Yes, I think these are perfect. Welcome to my channel, Susan's Cozy Kitchen. This morning I'm making English muffins. The first two ingredients are 3½ cups of bread flour and a teaspoon of salt. Just going to pour that in there and give it a stir. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar to the bowl of my stand mixer, and I'll pour in a cup of warm milk. Give it a stir to dissolve the sugar. And now I'm adding a 1.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast. And now we'll wait 15 minutes for the yeast to bloom. Okay, the 15 minutes are up and the yeast looks fantastic. Next, I'll stir in 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Add the dough hook. Let it start. And I'm just going to push the flour in there a little bit at a time. And you need to let the flour incorporate in between additions. Some more. And it looks like it needs just a little bit of water added to it. It's a little too dry. So let's just a tiny bit. Okay, needs a little more. I'm doing this about a 1/2 teaspoon at a time so that I don't get too much water in there. Now I'm giving it time to pick up. No. Okay, everything is picked up. It's looking good. I've turned it up to 2, and I'm going to let it knead for 10 minutes. Okay, it has kneaded long enough. Take dough off the hook, shape it round softball shape. Okay, into my bowl that already has about a tablespoon of oil in the bottom. Turn the dough so that you coat it with oil. Kind of slide it around the edges so that you've oiled the edges of the bowl. That way as the dough rises, it'll just sort of slide up the sides of the bowl and not stick to it. Into the air fryer with my little bowl of water to keep the dough moist. Proof 100 degrees for an hour and start. In an hour, the dough should be doubled in size and ready to turn out and cut into our English muffins. Okay, it's been an hour. Let's see how the dough has risen. Oh, there we are. Perfect. It's doubled in size, so now it's time to turn out onto the counter and cut the English muffins. Okay, the counter is clean, so first I'm going to sprinkle some cornmeal flour mix, and I want that on my homemade ones, so I'm doing that. If you don't want that, just skip that step. When you make English muffins, you don't want them to be overworked. You want them to continue to have those air pockets so that you have the nooks and crannies that are an integral part of the English muffins. So let's just kind of pat it out. Maybe give it a little flip here so that we get the cornmeal on both sides. I'm just patting it out kind of round. Okay, next, just a biscuit cutter or a large cookie cutter, and I'm going to cut straight down. I'll do rounds. There we are. I'll put that over here on a parchment lined cookie sheet. I'll just keep doing that until I've cut them all. After you've cut all of them out, you still have some bits of dough, so just kind of smush it together. Don't knead it too much, just kind of give it a nice little smush here. It's not going to be the prettiest English muffin, but it will still be nice and tasty. So there's that one. And we'll just kind of Frankenstein this one together and make one last. I'm just going to kind of shape it round. I'm just going to put a layer of cling wrap over the top, tuck it in, loose over the top so that the dough can rise a little bit again. And now on top of that, I'm going to add towel, and I'll let this sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, we're back. It's been 20 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, they've risen, they're slightly puffy, and they are ready to cook. Going to turn stove on. Let's do kind of a medium-low heat. We want them to cook slowly, not too fast. So we want them to toast up, brown, and get cooked all the way through. And when you make these, you don't have to put any oil in your pan. You just want a kind of a heavy bottomed pan and nice and thick on the bottom, and you want it to spread the heat all across evenly. Okay. I don't want to crowd the English muffins, so I'm just going to put 3 in there, and then I'm going to put a lid on and let them cook and steam for about 5 minutes. The 5 minutes are up. Take a look at the bottom. And oh yes, perfect. Okay, let's flip all 3 over and let them cook uncovered for 3 more minutes. Okay. Going to lower the flame just a little bit because my pan is nice and warm and I don't want the English muffins to burn. So let's take a look. And they are perfect on that side too. So off to the platter they go. They're ready. Look at these. This one. Lots of nooks and crannies, just the way they should. And now, let's give them a taste. Just do a quick taste. They're perfectly chewy, just like you want in an English muffin, but they're not tough. Now let's add butter. Absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna go pour myself a cup of coffee. Thanks for joining me today in the kitchen as I made English muffins. If you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. While you're there, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will know anytime I upload a video. Thank you, God bless, and happy eating.